for and also your Mawakwaba Ediba Philgood services. So now, you do a na ye dina na ye twaso. Bedroom pepper, so I hope say Uguso bibi ewo. After next week, Yambo member assignment. Now Obia Kwakoye. Intimation say next week Yambo Shenwa Mese class. Don't be that student now address a manasa assignment so no we no. Intino next week Yambo Frafo for Beka na mumbra number assignment and namunkoye. Okay. But and then through the world the discrimination has been something that has been going on for some time now. Yakeka wasema woti no miamia hudo bebre, and it comes in so many forms, you know, in the states where blacks are being discriminated against, in our country Ghana Honomakasa, where people are being discriminated against others by the mere fact of tribe, social class, and as any other reason. Right, but then I also want to bring in discrimination in another way, different form. Have you thought about us discriminating against the parts of the body? Have you thought about the discrimination that there is in the parts of the body? What do I mean? You start taking them to the dentist because we want them to have good oral health. Akrabe 5 years, onim say osara no pa eso twitwi ni say ohuru nanim. Say opra, onim say eso ofa bandage, no ode kataso. Say be ya enye infected. Onim say also taking care of the body nankasa, the physical health no. But what we don't take care of or we don't train our kids on, enye bia wankasa krapo no say no onim fa ho na wa be train over, is our mental health. So we tend to discriminate against our psychological support and also say our mental health in general. And by so doing, Emma, yentimi enye prepared for if something is to happen. So like the example I gave, according himself say bibika na eso the banded etaso because ya channel. And he or she is prepared if that is to happen. Samson na onimso say eso otwitwi ne say twice a day. So flossing to prevent cavities and also dental problems, right? And on him so say if they are to have any dental issues, say and they also oh yeah, because we've taught them. But when it comes to the mental health in India, we don't learn much about it, we don't teach much about it, hence we are not prepared to do anything about it if it is to happen, and also say what we even have to do to prevent it. Now, Mumieshe say psychologically, we cause more damage or more harm, and also said there are more psychological scars, and also mentally, there are more problems that we run into than probably even physical. Who's a physically need yes a bibi kawa when you say okay, I have a cat right here until me the bandage better so that what you see. They had this psychologically and I said mentally, you might not see the immediate scar, and I said the immediate wound, until you might not take it that serious. Now, if they record your bedroom, baby, now the scar, kuchano ebarabe so deep, we say now it makes it so difficult to even try to cure it or deal with it. Until it is very important that we have these things at our fingertips. Say bear say bibi ba you bet to me and they are solving. So let's talk about the first aid of mental health. What I'm trying to say is we should know the basics, right? So the first one is that there are more psychological injuries, as I said, than physical injuries. And because of these psychological injuries, we have to be emotionally intelligent. And what's that? You name your emotions. I see a name your weak points. I see a name say bibi say and a trigger. Until they say but they say unim nesana, then you are able to take care of it if it should happen. Until minim say me dear me koko hamia, then I know very well say me ko be a business obi me or jijimia. I know what to do because me say me who see. So minim so say o punch me this way and obenya me a. Esa ne sense ntino metimi siese me hu sie me to me who enema ehame ene de ehame enti na ba ne say o pese o trigger me emotions, you know, the bad side out of me now. I know how to deal with it. So it is very important that we have that emotional first aid, you know. Most of the problems that we're seeing in our media right now, you know, you have this fighting this with a beef with this person hasn't having a problem with that person, no. Because it's emotionally, no, they are not able to handle all of this, and it's because it's we discriminated against our mental health, you know, for so long until we don't know how to handle if these things are to happen. The other thing is loneliness. So unkwa wo hono. And also say unkwa uwo umu. And I say that to explain the point. Is say being lonely does not mean you are alone. Right? You can be physically in a crowd but still lonely. Into obu onoma oni adofo na ofie oni abusuafo betina oni nafofo epie koba any ade, but then still no or you're very lonely. Loneliness, is a state of mind, and this distorts your perception. Okay, it's say only obi wo ho no only no adwuma mu only no school mu and also only no fie. You see the person going up and down. You see them say, oh, they are in a crowd. So you might think they are okay, but the fact is they are very lonely. This is very subjective. It's said about Malika, ye who feels it knows it. And so only pakona all go through no. And onim how lonely they are. But when that happens now, then it distorts your perception and it clouds your judgment. Until mabibia eko subiano, you don't have the real picture of what is going on. So once again, having the first aid. Until the SOTM who said, so tibia me woman, me feeling lonely now. And if I do, what do I have to do about it? And also said, what do I have to do or can do to prevent me from being lonely? These are some of the things that we have to prep ourselves for. Because said you way, things are bound to happen. Ye nim say ye be printing na ya na e banded wo fie no. Oh, and it may be on my they are bound to happen because we are human. But we have to prepare ourselves for it so that if they are to happen now, we know what to do or how to go about it. And when we talk about loneliness, mommy and Shen, you may be a edeba. A bit to me, my immune system I suppressed. Sa when I'm a na and I say when I'm the soldier for now, a woman say ya be ba or so, which me econo. So we are lonely, it can lead to depression. And nina twaso no ema o immune system na kasa so suppressed. Nti bra ye wo mu ya still corona na enko ye. Na ye kasa ye abuse the immune system no. This is not the time where you want to be in that state. It can also contribute to heart conditions. Akumayari ahodo na no. Loneliness and so ebetumi ediaba. It is very important say ye betumi take care of ourselves. You bet me who our triggers. Say, we can take care of them if it is to happen. And failure. Say, wedding could go. When you said, you maybe one man, we fail in our minds before we even attempt it. And I can't never in no school, don't my dear pa. But we no way admission point call uni. And also say, no this program can wait yet. Now, you've set your mind to say, Nipa way better than you. Hence, because they are not able to achieve a certain landmark in it, you also feel say untimi enduro no. Enti no wa condemn ho. Crampo ansa na wo sha se. Egu odom adwumadie bi a eda wani position bi eda ho no. But you do analysis by paralysis. Obetina se no analyze asem na mana akoba se untimi nye. Enti wankasa na no no abu ho fo. Ansa na adwumadie no crampo wetu ho anamo. Until they say, Ebanesa na, Eba Yankasa no, we set a limit for ourselves in lives. Until oh, dear, me to me, hey, one who got a nibia, or maybe say that, one who got a near. Sometimes you go school crampa. Oh, what about Figana Bar America has Okakoya marketing? Bruni Ben, they didn't do my bemao, I'm Wakakotinano, and that's all accounting. Oh, sometimes we say some of these things, then you be booyah wabem. Until my aim to be achieving our ultimate potential. Then finally, mummy rejection. say obi a reject or and also be a poor and I say in a situation you find yourself say you've been neglected. Say ebanesana then you feel say oh ewiase yimiama and also say adwin bia na wo fa ho no that person is now confirming it. It's example you find say you see someone right when you be call out then the person dogs you now or before for ever now what shall be my for now or no okay can then for some reason or they feel say oh okay ebia this is not the lady for me and I said this is not the guy for me now what's I should know then you start looking at yourself say and yebia na meti e payinti na we ja me we so pa ya okwe me accent me obi anet na so you start to question yourself. And in most cases, no, esa say low self-esteem that no be to be a beba then it starts to affect you. So once again, talking about the first aid, how are you preparing yourself to deal with your emotional intelligence and to boost your self-esteem? And if Sebane said BBC say a question of self-esteem now, how do you then also deal with it to come out of it? Let us notice say our mental health can also affect our physical health. The same way also your physical health and so it may affect your mental health. Until let's take care of the two, not taking care of the physical health more than the mental health. Then we're discriminating against the capital of the body. And when that happens, you don't get good health. Maybe as I said, that's what I carry home. And then you no happy glow. And Happy Glow is a nail spa and beauty shop or a Showman Estate, Accra. So open any beauty products and that's somewhere to go for your manicure, pedicure, massage, not deep tissue, massages. Yes, ubet me akwantati Happy Glow or a Showman Estate opposite Veggies and Grow. Mokoso ni omundi juma sebe ayesu edwuma de bet me akoni.